What is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Call of Duty World War II Zombies, my hopes for the game overall. So first of all, I would like to just announce or talk about the fact that the release date for the trailer and the reveal of World War II Zombies is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. It's not 100% confirmed, but it's kind of 90% confirmed. It probably will be at San Diego Comic-Con, which is in the next two weeks. It's July 19th to like July 23rd. So around that time, that's when we're going to be getting the reveal for Zombies. They did say, Sledgehammer did say they are going to be showing something at San Diego Comic-Con. And the past 2 years for each Call of Duty, they have revealed Zombies at San Diego Comic-Con. So San Diego Comic-Con is very exciting this year for that reason, and because we were getting the Walking Dead Season 8 trailer at Comic-Con, which is also pretty damn exciting. So starting off with that out of the way, let's talk about my hopes. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what do you want to see from World War II Zombies? And honestly, there's a lot I want to see. There's a lot I'm hoping for, and a lot I'm also hoping doesn't happen. Now, the past couple Call of Duties, we've had something very similar in terms of zombies, where they have one map per DLC and one map or two maps on disc, and that's it. Now, I know that might sound like, okay, that's a decent amount, but what I'm looking for is something deeper than that. Now, they put a lot of thought into these maps, so I know when they put a lot of thought into these maps, that takes a while, obviously. It takes a lot of space, takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and I give them props for that, because they put so much detail into these maps. But since this Call of Duty seems like it's going to be one of the bigger Call of Duties, I mean, they have a headquarters mode with 48 people, so much stuff. They have the war mode in multiplayer, they have this big immersive campaign, they have all this stuff going on. I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to do something similar to that with Zombies, where they go really, really in-depth. And I'm really hoping for, other than just, our normal maps, one map on disc, one map per map pack, I'm hoping for something else we can do, maybe more game modes, like a gun game or something, or a grief mode, or stuff like that. Stuff we had in Black Ops 2, they had a lot of stuff like that. Also, just a bunch of little separate maps that are just really small maps, and they're kind of just for fun maps, and they don't really have any story to them. I really want maps like that, just random maps they just throw in that don't really have much story to it. Maybe they have a little bit of story to it, but primarily they're just for fun, to mess around with your friends. And then of course they have the big immersive maps like Origins or Mob of the Dead, or The Rise and Drop, the big maps that have all these Easter eggs and all these different things to do. Of course they have one of those per DLC and one on the main disc, maybe even two. And then give us just a bunch of side stuff. I mean, they don't have to add them in as DLC, they can just add them in on disc, or maybe add them in for free DLC, maybe even add them in as part of the DLC packs, whatever they feel is necessary. I feel like they should do that, and I'm really, really hoping they do something like that within Call of Duty World War II. Second of all, Gobblegums. How are they going to do a Gobblegum system? I really do think they are going to do some sort of a Gobblegum system, like how they kind of did a different system for Infinite Warfare. They did the Fate and Fortune cards. All I'm hoping, if they do a system like that, I mean, I would rather them not do a system like that, but if they are forced to, because I'm sure it does give them a lot of money, I'm hoping they do it similar to Infinite Warfare, more so than Black Ops 3, because Black Ops 3, the Gobblegums are too OP. I do not want overpowered Gobblegums. I do not want a Perkaholic. I do not want shopping free. I know the argument where you don't have to use them. I know that argument is fine, but I just don't want them to be OP. I don't want anyone to be getting these big advantages just because they got lucky from a stupid little thingy. And it's a big advantage. It's not like multiplayer where you get a better gun. It's like, oh, a little bit of an advantage. It's not really that big of a difference. But having all the perks at spawn versus not is a huge difference. You save so much money, so much time, so much effort. You save so much using a Perkaholic in the beginning of the game. I really just hope they do not include Perkaholics or shopping frees or anything that is a little bit OP in a Gobblegum. I want them to be like, the best one is like a max ammo Gobblegum or something like that. And instead of making you have to like purchase them, I think it's better when you have to actually work for them, kind of like you do in Infinite Warfare, how you get a bunch of kills, and then to refill your pack you have to pay like $3,000 or $5,000 in game to do it. I think that's definitely the system they should go with. But if they don't do it, that's fine with me too. I don't really care, but I just hope it's not overpowered like it is in Black Ops 3, and to the point where you're relying on Gobblegums way too much when I really don't want to have to rely on Gobblegums. Like Infinite Warfare, I never rely on the Fate and Fortune cards. I rarely use them. I just use the scope dollars in the beginning of the game, just get my good points, and then I'm good. I don't really need anything else. But yeah, I'm just hoping they don't make Gobblegums something you have to rely on. That's all I'm saying there. So what else for this game? I'm hoping there's an immersive story. Definitely, I'm hoping it's an in-depth story. I mean, I'm not always huge on story, honestly. I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, I love the story they have with the Treyarch zombies. It's a great story, but I wouldn't mind if some maps just didn't include any story to it. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I still do want some sort of a story there with interesting characters and an interesting overall plot line that has to do with World War II, because that is what it is. They did say plenty of times this is going to be based off of real life events, with zombies included, of course. So what I'm actually expecting from this, what I assume they're going to do, is they're going to take, I think they're going to take a bunch of big events from World War II, like the Holocaust, wars like D-Day, you know, Stalingrad, stuff like that, different battles, and give us these aftermaths of these battles, and that's where we're in. We're in the aftermath of each of these battles, and maybe, I don't know, we're playing as people who are like, I don't know, looking at the place afterwards, or we just got done with the battle, and then the people who were dead from the battle come back to life as zombies, of course, and then we are fighting in whatever battle we are in, but with zombies. So I think they're going to do something similar to that, and I definitely wouldn't mind that. But whatever they do is fine with me, as long as it's interesting and, you know, different. Diversity is a huge thing for zombies, and I feel like not enough Call of Duties do this. I think Black Ops 2 did it the best, and when I mean diversity, I mean differences between the maps. I don't want the maps to be too similar, because I feel like a lot of Black Ops 3 and even Infinite Warfare maps, they have such a linear system to it, where every map has like the same, you know, sort of stuff. They all have, you know, a random, they always all have, okay, Black Ops 3 is actually a better example than Infinite Warfare, but they all have the special round where there's like a bunch of special zombies that come and you get max ammo at the end. They all have one of those boss zombies that comes out randomly every now and then and is a big guy. They all have some kind of a buildable wonder weapon. They all have, you know, the same box weapons, maybe a few different, and I really don't want them to go down that line. I want the maps to be very, very different. Some maps have boss zombies that are, you know, round based. Some maps don't. Some maps have big bosses that come every now and then. Some maps don't. Some maps have buildable wonder weapons, some maps don't. Some maps have, I don't know, specific weapons in the box, like the PPSH, but some maps don't have them. You know, I really want them to do that. I don't want them to just put everything in the same exact map and have every map have like the same overall layout to it, the same overall cookie cutter style to it. I really want them to make it all different, so whenever you play on a different map, it's always a different experience each and every time, and I really want a lot of different things to do. I don't want to be bored. I don't want to get to that position where I'm like, alright, I've done everything in the map, now I'm just going to be sitting here training zombies. No, I want always there be something to do within the map, some sort of Easter egg, some sort of quest, something of the sort. And I think Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 did an okay job on that too. Infinite Warfare, I think, is doing a great job with keeping you engaged in the zombie game. I feel like for the 3 maps we have so far, I'm always engaged in it, which is great, and I'm really hoping they do something similar like that. Now, also gore, I hope is very, 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 very bloody. I hope it's a very gory game mode. I hope it's also scary. I want some creepy ass maps, and like maybe in the middle of the woods, and it's like foggy. And I know people hate fog from like Transit. I like fog. Honestly, that is the one thing about Transit I actually liked. I don't like a lot of stuff about Transit, but the fog makes it scary and fun, because you're like, where the hell am I going? And it's actually enjoyable like that. And I hope they have maps like that, where you're in like the middle of the woods and it's just foggy and you're just going through it. Out of nowhere, a zombie comes at you and you're like, oh shit. And, you know, I don't know, maybe all you have is a fucking Colt. I don't know. Perks. I hope they give us a lot of perks, definitely. Hopefully we get PhD Flopper, because, of course, they do have Dolphin Diving within this game, so they can do a definite, you know, carbon copy of PhD Flopper. They can do that. I was thinking, what are they going to be? Are they going to be drinkables? Are they going to be candy? Are they like, you know, kind of how they were in Treyarch and then how they were in Infinite Warfare? I think they're going to be similar to how they were in Exo Zombies, but a little bit different, because Exo Zombies, they were like kind of like futuristic looking machines, and I think it's going to be something similar to that, but instead of it adding to your exosuit, I think you're going to take like a syringe and you're going to inject it into your arm, and that's the perk you inject into your arm. I think it's going to be something similar to that. I feel like that'd be the most normal way to do it, and I honestly do think they'll do something like that. I mean, it fits with the World War II theme, you know, injecting something in your arm. It just fits with the time period. It's not like, you know, candy or a drink, which don't really fit with the time period. Because I do think they're going to try to make this as realistic as possible. Obviously, it's zombies. It's not that realistic, but they're going to do some elements that make it somewhat realistic, which will be cool. I also hope they have a lot of like different things to do outside of the game, like contracts, like challenges that you can complete, and hopefully they'll do stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I'm very excited for the reveal. Definitely gonna be doing a trailer reaction and all that when the reveal comes out. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.